I went home. I told my husband, I said, and I didn't tell him obviously everything. I just said, listen, there's someone I met at work and I'm kind of attracted to him. Straight away, what were you attracted to?
My God.
And I'm like, I don't know, it's just his vibe, you know, like he's just cool.
Wow.
And I'm like, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere though. Like, and I'm like, that was probably the worst thing I could have done because before you know it, I had a curfew. I had to be home at a certain time. He would check my phone. So now the marriage is really struggling. And so guess what? This other man is what? Forbidden fruit. And we know what forbidden fruit does. Yeah? What I'm feeling, and then it passes. And then you want to go back and do it again and again and again. Before you know it, it progressed, guys.
Wow.
Full on cheated on my husband. Yeah? So obviously I've been saying no this whole time. I can't do anything. He just turns to me one day and he goes, please, like, can we just do something? The guy starts describing what he wants to do to me. My body responded. And it had been so long since that had happened to me. Where just words alone, I'm standing there and I'm like, hi. So I came out of work for a bit after I finished my course. I said, let me raise my little one, you know. So I went back to work when she was about 17 months because, you know, the new academic year. And guys, I meet someone at work.
Oh, well, work husband?
Work husbands are of the devil. They are of the devil. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So I was going to ask, like, so like your marriage then at this point?
It was a mess. It was
You were still married, right?
I was still married.
Right, okay.
It was we were not seeing eye to eye. We were arguing.
You guys always living together?
Living together. We would argue, like, after church. Like, if we had a church meeting and I'd go, he'd be like, why would you go? Why'd you take the baby there for? Like, all that kind of stuff. Like, sometimes he would wake up on a Sunday and be like, I don't want to go to church today. And I'm like,
a whole pastor?
But we're the youth pastors. What do you mean? Or, like, we had, like, this camp that we did every year for the kids for the summer, a week away, like, for them to focus on the Lord. And I remember, you know, we were starting doing the advertisements. And I was like, oh, so babe, like, youth camp. And he's like, I'm not going. I was like, wait, what do you mean? He was like, I'm not interested. I was like, wait, what do you mean? We're youth pastors. And for him, he just didn't care. So that's what I'm saying in terms of, because of growing up in a Ugandan household where submission came easy. I watched my mum submit to my dad. Instead of challenging him, I'm trying to clean up all the mess. So it's like I paid for his spot on the trip without him knowing. And then he came, he preached, and then they gave him all the validation. Wow, that was an amazing sermon. And he was so...
And you're thinking...
And I'm sitting there like, hey... and people don't know this stuff.
That was so powerful.
People don't know this stuff. So when I say the marriage was suffering, and then he put on weight on top of that. Like, he got to over 20 stones, guys.
So, Gali, what are you talking
about? So obviously, real quick, guys. This is in the UK. I believe she said, you know, I'm listening, you know, for those of you watching in the UK, you know, we understand what you guys are saying, but sometimes you guys say words or say it really fast. Well, at least me, I'm speaking from my perspective. She's from Uganda, and I guess her husband's from Uganda, and she's been submissive, but you've now entered into the West, right? And she's seeing things, she's seeing people, and not to say that people don't cheat, and people cheat all over the world. But my man was basically neglecting duties. There's no excuse. She's still married to him. But you listen to what she says. Like, this is my first time watching this through. I saw it come up. So you guys, GR, you already saw this? No, I didn't. I'm watching this right along with you guys. She's basically saying that the thing, they're both pastors, youth pastors, something that she's passionate about. He's basically like, I don't want to do that anymore. He's putting on weight, which is something, guys, you got to keep your sexy up too. Regardless if you think, okay, I'm a high value man. Women can be cool with that and still want to sleep with Pookie or the dude that's showing her attention, who's validating her and things like that. So you guys have to be aware of this. But anyway, we're gonna get back to it and see what else happens. She's talking about he gained weight. You know, I paid for his thing. He's getting the kudos. I'm not. He's feeling good. I'm basically paying for him to feel good about himself. Let's see how far this goes though.
He just touched me.
I'm just making sure you're attentive, that's all.
Listen. Stay in shape, guys, basically. Wow. But, like, you know, like how Marvin said...
What's 20 stone look like? No, I'm not
kg, I don't know what 20 stones is kg.
So basically, I'm about 14.
And me and you are about...
14.
I'm about 10, 11.
You can't be 10 or 11.
You're not 10 or 11.
How many stones am I?
Bro,
I'm 10 stone.
So I'm about 12.
No.
You're definitely bigger than me, right?
You're about 13.
No,
I think you're probably 13.
I'm about 12
Me and you are a bit the same. Maybe I'm a bit heavier.
I think you're
a bit heavier.
A little bit.
But no, 20 stone is big, bro. Like, big.
No,
Yeah, that's
big.
what I'm saying.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's
clothes-wise.
I've got.
He was basically XXL.
I've got it.
Yeah,
If he's saying-
XXL.
Yeah,
if
XXL.
he's
Sometimes
saying
even
it's
triple
about
XL.
Me, I'm a medium. What do you wear? Large.
Big boy.
Yeah, we got that. If he's saying it's about
Trousers.
14,
What
20
size
is
do you wear
mad.
trousers?
I'm
34.
34, yeah.
He was 40.
Hey!
42.
Jesus Christ.
And I remember because I would obviously buy clothes sometimes for him.
Oh, such a
Yeah, it was a
wonderful
lot.
wife.
So, but remember you said when your pastor introduced you to someone, you're like, I'm not even attracted to them. Now when I look back, I'm like, I wasn't even really attracted.
It was
to
legacy
the guy.
love.
But it was like,
Yo, fellas, be aware. Be aware. She said, and women, and I just covered a video on this, which I'll probably link it here. She said, I was not even attracted to him. And this could be based on culture and marrying and, arranged marriages or whatever. I don't know how Uganda gets down. But many times women will marry or settle for a dude that she's not even attracted to. This woman, which like I said, I'll link the video. She was having sex with her husband. She said she had a very promiscuous past. But when it came time to have sex with her husband, she didn't want to have sex with him. So in the case with this guy, he already had a strike that he didn't know about, that she wasn't attracted to him. And he's doing these things that are basically turning her off. She's in the West at this point, and it's like, bro, I got all these options or whatever, and I don't have to, so I wasn't even attracted to him looking back at it in retrospect. That's crazy. It's crazy, but hey, don't think that women are different across the world. Women are pretty much the same everywhere.
that wants me. I also had low self-esteem, so I was like, I
And you know the Caribbean guys, they got bars, How? When they start whispering in your ear?
That's why I said, me, baby. They whispered in your ears before. I don't whispered in your ears.
No, but I've been there when they're whispering.
In someone's ears.
And I was overhearing.
You was overhearing.
dropping.
You see, every time we talk, it says the people them. I know where you got the people them.
Of course. I was there taking notes, man.
He was taking notes. I'm not gonna lie. The Caribbean boys, when they eat
They
back
got
in the
bars,
day,
bro.
they had the man them palming our hair also. What's that thing? Why is he to try and get the wax, the red one? Oh, sporting waves.
I know how to finesse.
Bro, I'm saying, from when what is it, my cousin said, my baby mother have a problem. She say it hurt, and she feels. So what we gonna do? Can a man make a song like that? And you tell me that I have bars.
They got bars too.
Size 20.
So the marriage was,
2 weeks.
it was a struggle. Yeah, so it's like I'm talking to my pastor, I'm like, I'm not really attracted to him anymore. And he's like, these things happen. You just got to ride through it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just really struggling. I'm just like, I've lost my identity. Like, who's Lois underneath all of these titles? I'm not attracted to my man. We're arguing all the time. I've had a baby, so I'm exhausted. I'm also a teacher, so that's exhausting. And then I've got to look after youth on Sundays as well. It was a lot. I met this guy at my workplace.
husband.
Guys.
He starts with the lunch, innit? We go to lunch
He was
together.
even bringing me Greg's in the morning.
Who was he bringing you?
Oh, just a little chicken bake.
Chicken bake is not bad.
We're in the U.S. We don't know what Greg's is, shake and bake, all this stuff. But I guess it was good, whatever it is. Because all of them like, shout out to Greg's, whatever that is. I know some of y'all from the UK gonna be in the comments. So let's get back to it, though.
Chicken bake.
I see that. I despise them.
I don't even eat them no more. I don't even eat chicken bakes no more because of that.
Because of work husband.
Yeah, but
No, but I've seen work husbands in action, bro. Like they
one
put
of them.
work.
He put in work, and he knew. He knew I'm married. Obviously, I'm married as well. I know as well, but because it was all in secret, it festered quickly. Do you get it? Because no one knew. For our secrets, he'll come to my classroom, we'll talk, we'll chill. Before you know it, he's walking me to the train station. Before you know it, he's calling me in the morning. We're speaking after work, all of that. And now half term comes and it feels like, damn, I want to be at work. I miss being at work. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? Good buddy was giving her that emotional roller coaster. He was validating her. He was doing the things that the hubby wasn't doing necessarily. It was exciting. Women like newness. They like the excitement. She's like, I know this is wrong. I got a religious love. I'm a holy roller. My husband has a religious love. He done gain weight. He's not doing nothing. He's acting like he's the king on the throne when I got this work husband that I'm secretly having this with. As she said, it festered quick, just that fast. And dude could be up in those buns by midnight because he's doing all these things knowing she's married. She's with it. A man will test you. A man will test you even if you're married. Even married women still lack attention, fellas. You got to think a lot of times married women or just women in general, especially when they work at places where there's a majority of women, when there's a man that enters the setting, when I say a man, I mean when there's masculinity that enters that area, it doesn't matter how he looks, their attention goes to this man, as opposed to there's just an abundance of dudes being around. So not only that, I'm having all this stuff going on. I don't care about my vows or whatever. This guy's giving me this attention. He's bringing me this. He's so thoughtful. He's able to put in time that my husband may not necessarily will put in for me. And I'm feeling special. I'm getting butterflies. I got to give him the cookies. Facts.
I miss being at work. I'm
Those
like,
men, they can't see through women. Women that
Go back to
need.
work.
And work husbands, they're like predators. They're just there.
But me, I also should
They are
have
like
known.
what we call agua snake.
Why is this
They
guy
want to-
laughing?
Me, I also should have known.
Snake, mush low.
They'll be like, and then they'll catch you vulnerable. So you've just had a fight with your husband or something. Is everything okay at home?
Guys, that's what happened.
Tell the story then,
Literally,
maybe
not
from
like
your real life.
he's literally saying, as in,
let's hear it.
me and hubby would argue. I'd come to work in a mood. What's wrong? Are you alright? And I'm like, I just don't want to talk about it. They were like, no, it's cool. You could talk to me before.
Fellas, I just had another video called Effective Communication with a Woman. You listen to a woman, the legs spread open, fellas. All woman wants to do, even her own man, she just wants to be able to get all that shit off her chest. And once she felt like you've listened, she's all yours. Buddy was, some men just aren't aware of this a lot of time. Buddy was aware. So Buddy was like, yo, let me hear about her problems at home. Let me validate her and her feelings and tell her that this dude's fucking up. You know what I'm saying? But not lay it on too thick, as far as completely slime ball and a dirty macking. But let me validate her and tell her she deserves better. Why is this, and this? And before you know it, like, she'll be blowing me in the bathroom. Facts. And that's what Buddy did. But let's get back to it, though.
Before you know it, I'm opening up about my marriage.
Hi.
That was downfall number one.
Big downfall.
And then I will never forget this day. I'm going to really bait myself out. Basically, he walked me to the train station, yeah? So obviously, I've been saying no this whole time. I can't do anything. He just turns to me one day and he goes, please, can we just do something? And I'm like, no, I can't. He's like, please. The guy starts describing what he wants to do to me.
Wow. And you're thinking, this ain't been done to me before?
Guys,
Tantalizing.
wait.
Kissing, not peck.
As in, my body responded.
Of course.
And it had been so long
Frequency.
since that had happened to me.
Frequency.
Where just words alone, I'm standing there and I'm like, hi.
Hey.
You're hot inside.
Fellas, the tongue. It's just that powerful with just what you say. It all starts. If a woman's really into you, that was foreplay right there. There's no need for foreplay. This dude was like that. I'll do this, and this to you. You know what I'm saying? Baby, I'll long dick you, long stroke you. Baby, I'll make waterfalls out this joker. And she was all with it. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Let's get back to it though, man.
Cold outside.
Literally, it's cold outside, and I'm literally like, now I'm really in a pickle now. I'm really in a pickle. So I go to my pastor and I'm like, I
went to pastor
down.
again.
Guys, I went to the pastor. And I said, pastor, I even went to two men, by the way. I went to two.
Instead of you sending dilemma to the podcast.
This is years ago. The podcast was not here.
Correct.
I would have put it in. So I go to both pastors at different points, and I was saying to them, I'm like, guys, there's a guy that I've met, and honestly, if I had an opportunity, I'd sleep with him. I would.
Wow.
And if no one would find out, I would. That is how far gone I am. I was that honest.
You were gone.
One pastor said, you need to tell your husband so you can protect your marriage. One pastor said, as long as you don't do anything, don't say anything because you're going to bring he was like, you're going to exasperate your husband's insecurities. And it's going to cause an issue. He was basically trying to say these moments happen, like someone comes and you're attracted to them and you're like, rah, if I hadn't met, then maybe I would. But then you're like, okay, it's fine. You can appreciate it for what it is. So he was like, you're in the wilderness right now, Lois. Just get out of it.
No water.
Yeah, but he was like, whatever you do, don't say anything that will cause a problem. So I took the first pastor's advice and I went home. I told my husband, I said, and I didn't tell him obviously everything. I just said, listen, there's someone I met at work and I'm kind of attracted to him. Straight away, what were you attracted to?
My God.
And I'm like, I don't know, it's just his vibe, you know, like he's just cool.
Wow.
And I'm like, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere though. Like I'm not going anywhere. I just want to tell you so I can protect our marriage.
You might as well have gone somewhere.
Honestly, I'm shaking.
Guys, I look back now and I'm like, that was probably the worst thing I could have done because before you know it, I had a curfew. I had to be home at a certain time. He would check my phone when I wouldn't know. He sent one of his boys to my school. The boy took pictures of my work colleagues to try and find out which one it was. I didn't know until he confessed to me at some point.
Wow.
And I was like, right. So now the marriage is really struggling. And so guess what? This other man is what? Forbidden fruit. And we know what forbidden fruit does. Yeah? I'm telling you. So because now my husband is really like, right, you know, putting it militant on me. Yeah, militant. Now I'm ducking and diving even more. I'm trying to hide even more. Everything has to be within the time constraints. Yeah, it's mad. Before you know it, we're lipsing. Guys, I will never forget the day.
So not peck, kissing with tongue. Tongue.
And remember, I'm not that girl. I was not lipsing in school. Like, my husband was my first everything.
Lipsing, I don't know. Maybe does that mean kissing? For you Brits out there, I don't know what that means. Did she say lipsing? Lipsing, is that kissing or getting your cheeks clapped? I don't know. Yo, hey.
Isn't even lipsing. He was my first everything. So I've not even known another man.
Another tongue.
Another tongue. Anything. Another touch from a man. So the first time I listened to him, I remember my mind was like, what are you doing? What have you done? Like, what? And
but
then,
you're enjoying.
But I was and then I go home, I deal with what I'm feeling, and then it passes. And then you want to go back and do it again and again and again. Before you know it, it progressed, guys.
Wow.
Full on cheated on my husband.
That's one thing, man. I'll tell you, fellas. Some people say that, yeah, you can get past cheating, things like that. You can do, and there's guys that do this, they'll try to put restrictions on a woman. Trust me, when you tell a woman not to do something, she's going to want to do it even more. I don't want you seeing that guy. Let me see your phone. All that does is that, as she said, the forbidden fruit, that makes her want to go even further. And you see that pushed her, not to say that she wasn't going to do it anyway, that pushed her to the next step. Fellas, you just cut your losses and just keep it moving, because you can't just tell. If once a woman started, she told him, which I appreciate that. I respect it. But it wouldn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Even if you had her transferred somewhere else. At this point, this woman has a tie to another man. This man has seen something. So there's no turning back at this point. She has to experience it. She has to find out. Same way if your wife, your girlfriend, whoever cheats on you, you know, I would have been like, bro, and sometimes you're just so in love, you're just afraid you want to beat this other guy, but this other guy has already won. He's already got her. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to come to terms with that. The sooner you come to terms with that and let her go and be like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and dissolve this at this time. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. You just admitted it. That's that. Let's keep it moving. But a lot of men aren't going to do that. They're going to still try to compete with the other man, knowing by doing that, you are sending her on her way. By putting these things, she's going to take it as a challenge. And women like this love a challenge. So, of course, the buns are going to be given up even quicker than they would if you didn't interfere, man. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps to support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And with that being said, much blessings and abundance. It's your favorite everything, JR Wisdom. Be sure to click on the video that's popping up on the screen right now. And that's where I'm going to see you guys at. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I'ma put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.